Welcome back to MMAOddsBreaker. Today, we're dealing with Raphael Butler, getting ready to fight Lorenzo Hood, Bellator 141, Spike TV. I just hung up the phone or hung up FaceTime with Hood, your opponent.
Yeah.
First, give me your feelings on him as an opponent right now. I know you've seen tape. I know you've watched. I know it's a little bit hard to see it because he's been kind of some of the minor leagues, but I know you've seen a little bit of tape on him. What do you think of him as an opponent right
now? As far as what I can grasp him right now, he's a strong guy. He likes to take the opportunity to finish somebody when he has it. So I think it's a pretty good fight for me.
He's not comparing himself by any means to Muhammad Ali. That's not what he's trying to say. But he wants to have that kind of finesse, when he fights. Like he doesn't want to be a typical heavyweight that leans on somebody, lays on somebody. When you see him, do you think he has finesse like that? Do you think that's like he's a mobile heavyweight?
I haven't seen it thus far, but that's because of the fights that he's been in. I hope the best for him after this fight. Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's talk about you. You've watched tape. He's watched tape on you. So he's prepping for you. He's getting ready for you to fight you. What do you think he has to do differently to fight you than how he's fought in the past?
I think he has to realize that he's fighting a different opponent that he's fought in the past. I am a completely different type of beast than the guy that he's faced so far. So I think he has to be mentally prepared for that, if anything else.
Now, what about, you look at his record and you look at your record. You guys are very similar. Mm-hmm. He's 9-2. You're 9-1. Same amount of fights. Who's had the tougher opponents, in your opinion, coming through the ranks so far?
As far as what I get from his record, I have, like, he has a lot of guys that that he's beaten because it was their first fight, Mm-hmm. And I've fought in guys. I think everybody that I fought has had more fights than me.
Yeah, actually, everybody except for this one. This is the only one that, as far as I can tell, I've looked at your record and I went back through and tried to dig into as many fights as I could. And everyone's had I think the least I found was 3 more fights than you. So everybody's been super experienced compared to you. How have you been so successful, even though these guys have got more ring time than you have?
Yeah. It's again, man. Like I just feel like I am a different type of beast than these guys have faced before. I am a guy that, even though I've been so dominant in my fights, I'm still learning, and that's the thing that people don't get about me, is that I'm still progressing in this thing. That, and the fact that when I hit somebody, even if it doesn't knock you out right away, it will hurt. Like everybody that I've sparred with, fought, said that I hit differently than anybody that they've ever faced.
I call that staying hit. When you hit somebody, they stay hit. Like you hit them and they blocked it, or it's a glancing blow, but they're feeling it 30 seconds later. They're feeling it 45 seconds later still. It's like, wow, that punch is still rocking me out. Like I don't know how to recover from it. And it's tough fighting a guy like that. But he's big. He weighs around 295 and has to cut down to 266 to make the weight. When he walks in, he's probably about 285-ish, 280-ish. Mm-hmm. You walk around about 260, naturally. You don't have to cut that much weight?
No, I actually walk around about 280, 285 myself.
Okay, so it's going to be equivalent. Yeah. When you walk into the cage that night, you guys going to weigh the same? You're going to weigh about 280, 285 fight night?
I would think so. I usually hydrate up about 10 pounds, yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be very even, very, very simple, very close battling in this fight as far as weight goes. Yeah. Lorenzo doesn't like to lean. He doesn't like to lean on guys. Doesn't like to keep it very close. You tend to keep it a little bit closer, at least from what I've seen. But you like to take that half step back to get your striking off. Is there going to be a lot more of that going on?
The reason why I've been leaning so much in my fights is because of the guys that I've been fighting. I don't like to lean myself either, just because of boxing. I've like that little distance between us and let's throw. But if he doesn't like the lean, that makes the fight a little bit better for myself.
From what I've seen, stylistically speaking, and from what the tape I've seen on the both of you, the way that he wants to fight this fight, from what he said, it might not be the way it actually pans out, and the way that you fight and the way that you said you wanted to fight this fight, it favors you. This style of fight tends to favor you a little bit more so. But physique-wise, he tends to look a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger. Have you been spending a lot of time lifting, strength and conditioning wise to catch up to the look of the new heavyweight that's been coming down the pipe lately?
I've been like when like when I don't have a fight coming up, I usually hit the weight room a little heavier and stuff like that. But my body in general is something that I like to take care of when I don't have a fight coming up. You know, I am going to slim down in my own way and stuff like that, but I'm not going to do it during training camp because that's the wrong time to do it, in my opinion.
That's Raphael Butler getting ready to fight Lorenzo Hood. Bellator 141, August 28th on Spike TV. It's going to be a great heavyweight bout. You guys have got to watch it. I appreciate it so much you coming on here. I know it's been a long, tough training camp, and I know you're ready to get it over with. Last thing before you let you out of here, if you knock out Lorenzo or it goes to a decision, do you think you jump higher in the rankings with a knockout? Or do you think you jump higher in the rankings just by winning the fight?
I think being a heavyweight, I think people are more appreciative of the knockout. I mean, to me, a win is a win, but I think people were. I think that the people in general want to see a heavyweight fight more if he's knocking people out. So so I would say that a knockout would definitely bump me up. In a decision, you know, I still get the win, but people are like, well, you know, he's heavyweight that they can go the distance, but whatever. But if I go in there and I blow him out the water, then then the whole point of this thing is to get people to talk about me. And the more people talk about me, the more fights I'm going to get because people want to, you know, see the guys that they're talking about fight. So that's my goal. Not only in this fight, but my career as a whole. I've always wanted to talk about it.
There you have it. Couldn't have been better said. And that's exactly my opinion too on the heavyweight division. The more knockouts you get, the faster you're going to jump up to the top. Raphael, thanks for coming on here, man. I appreciate it so much, man. Have a great rest of your training camp. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thanks.